everyone doing tonight? It's your boy Rollins here, coming to you with another fairy tale. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I thought I'd tune in, and before y'all ask, yeah, I sleep in a storage room, because right now, I'm going to get this all cleaned out. I'm going to have a nice couch, and I'm going to have a mattress over here to sleep on, have a nice TV, and have a coffee table in here. It's going to be mint. So y'all just stay and watch and stay tuned for that, and I'll give y'all the grand tour when I finish. I should start working on this in the next day or so, and I could probably do some videos of part 1, part 2, part 3, and that'd be about it. Probably about 26-minute videos. But coming at you with another fairy tale, the story on the Real Rebel. Kind of similar to our earlier story, but not much, but a little similar. And yes, this boy named Rebel loved to go fishing. Loved it. Loved to go hunting. Loved to go trapping. Loved to go tracking just for the fun of it. Well, one day while he was fishing, he wasn't but about 200 yards from the house when all of a sudden he started hearing gunshots and stuff. Ran up to the house, and there was a man there standing over his own mom's body. He thought he had shot her, and said, "What did you do?" Man said, "I didn't do nothing." It ran off. He said, "What?" He said, "Your mom just got mauled. I came up, but I didn't get here in time to save anybody." He had about 3 brothers. Not one of them could get to a gun fast enough. The bear killed all his brothers, his mom, and his dad. Man shot at it several times. He heard the screams, but apparently Rebel didn't. Also, when Rebel went fishing, he loved to sing, I'm going fishing down at the old creek. Just make up little tunes. He was known as a storyteller around the campfires. He'd always tell some of the greatest tales. And, back to the story. He said, "I'll help you bury him, kid. And then I'll take you into town. Tell the sheriff what all happened." Kid got a good look at his mom, his brothers, and his dad. Not a bullet wound, not a bullet hole in him. He said, "I believe you, sir." And then out of nowhere, he saw the size of the track. He said, "That's the biggest bear track I've ever seen in my life." Man said, "You know who it is, right, kid?" I said, "No. I ain't never seen a bear track that big. I ain't never heard of one that big." He said, "You know you're dealing with Lucifer. Technically the devil." He said, "That's the oldest bear. Can double back on you in a split second. Outsmart you. Outrun you. And he could track you in the dark." He said, "Don't try to go after him, boy. He's killed many people. And there ain't nothing you can do to stop him." He said, "Let's get them buried and get him. You can go inside and pack all your stuff." Well, they got him buried. Got him some crosses made. He got his stuff together. They went to town. He went to town. Sheriff said, "What happened? Why are you with this person?" Stranger said, "He's the only survivor." Sheriff went to pull his gun. He said, "No, sir." Outside. He said, when I said Lucifer, I meant to say the devil. He said, "The devil has come back down from the high country, Sheriff." He said, "How do you know who the devil is?" He says, "I've heard tales of him. Never thought he was real." Sheriff said, "It's been 10, 20 years since that bear has come down from the high country." He grabbed Rebel and said, "I'm sorry about your folks. I'll take you under my wing. Because me and your dad were the best of friends. You remember me? I took you fishing with me once." He said, "Yes, Sheriff, I remember." He said, my daughter would be nice. It'd be nice for her to have somebody to play with." He said, "Yeah." Well, Sheriff took him home. He said, "We'll go out tomorrow and get the rest of your things and stuff." I said, "Alright." He said, "You'll sleep in the spare room." I said, "Okay, Sheriff." He said, "No, call me Uncle Bill." He said, "Alright, Uncle Bill." Well, he wasn't really his uncle. He was more of like an uncle, but, you know. Well, come sun up, Sheriff woke Rebel up. Said, "It's time. I'll get the wagon together and we'll get the rest of your stuff." He said, "Go ahead and get dressed. I'll be outside waiting." He said, "Alright, Uncle Bill." Uncle Bill. Sheriff went outside, got the wagon, got everything ready, and they headed off to his place. They got everything they could carry out. 2 things the boy grabbed personally. Well, technically 3, if I'm not mistaken. He grabbed 2 rifles and a handgun and a holster. Sheriff said, "What you need those for?" He said, "Hunting." And he said, "Alright. That'd be nice. Be nice to get some meat." He said, "Yeah." He got his father's 440, and he got his 22, and he got his father's 45 Colt. So they went back, got everything set up. Rebel, about a year later, Rebel turned 17, same age as technically his cousin, Beth. What was her name? Her name was Maria. Been a year together, and Maria took quite a liking to Rebel. Took quite a liking to Maria, but it had been more like brother and sister, and they thought it wouldn't be right. Well, a few years passed. They started to really grow on each other. 10 years rolled around. Actually, no, it was 5 years rolled around. They couldn't deny it no longer. They were in love. Well, he went and talked to his Uncle Bill, technically, and said, "I would like to marry Maria." He said, "I was wondering when you were going to get around to that, Rebel. You have my blessing. I'll give her away to you. Be proud to." He said, "Thanks." Well, long story short, they got married. About a year into their relationship, well, into their marriage, the devil come back. He, well, no. A year after they got married, they moved back into the house where he grew up in. Had a lot of cleaning to do. A year went by. The devil returned. For some reason out of the blue, he returned. 6 years after a massacre. After the massacre he had done. And Maria saw him. But the devil didn't see her. And Maria ran to tell Rebel, and then the devil spotted her. The devil roared, and Rebel heard it, and he knew that sound. He grabbed his father's 440. He kicked the front door open. Saw the bear chasing his beloved Maria. He said, "Maria, get down." She jumped out of the way, and he put about 6 rounds into the devil. It didn't stop him. He was out of rounds in the 440. He had his father's Colt on his side, and he grabbed it. And he just put 6 rounds. As soon as that he literally fanned it and dropped the barrel on the 6th shot. Maria was a little cut up from jumping and falling on some rocks. She was a little cut up. But he took Maria in the house, laid her down on the bed, and then went and got her uncle. Uncle come by and saw the devil. He said, "That's him. That's the devil." Long story short, Rebel got his revenge. He didn't go after him, though. He had forgotten about him, actually. 6 years went by, he'd forgotten about him. Well, I think 7. I'm not sure.